This movie was a 10 out of 10. This movie was 100 out of 10. This movie was 1,000 out of 10. 1 million out of 10. People, let's get ready to rumble! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? Yo, this is not... This is not a One Piece video. This is a Dragon Ball video. Children of all ages, what is up? What is good? The King of Lightning here today, bringing you guys and gals Broly. Listen, that's like the one thing. Let me start here. Well, first of all, this is not a review. There's reasons why there's quotes in the thumbnail when it comes to review. Because I have a very strong Broly bias, okay? Very strong. I love the character. My brother and I, we used to watch the original legendary Super Saiyan movie when we were younger. We watched it like, I think, 4 or 5, probably 6 times, honestly. We loved that movie. And this movie was a treat, just seeing the boy,
yeah, boy,
Broly, back in action. Of course, re-envisioned, and now he's, of course, going to be in Super at some point later on. When this guy did the stance and he's yelling, yeah, like the memories just started to come in. If anything, the movie would have been a straight 10 out of 10 if they did this. I was waiting for it, dude. I was waiting for it. Yo, straight up. I was waiting for it, man. Like, please, just give me. My skin is cold. Just, where is it? I was listening for it. My ears, all right, they're not that big, but my ears were. But no. Instead, what we get is some Gogeta. Go, Broly, go. It was like the OST for the movie, in all honesty. Like, let's put all the animation and effects. The animation, when you compare it to the other 2 movies that are, let's say, post-Dragon Ball, so Battle of Gods and the Resurrection of F Frieza, animation-wise, it kicks their butts. It is clean. This, in fact, you know, it's way better than clean, all right? It's Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
It is so clean, it gets a Mr. before the clean. That's how clean it is. One of the best scenes was a first-person view, FPS style, of Broly as he's giving Goku the beatdown. Like, that was, oh man, that was wild. That was impressive. The CG, you notice it, but it's not bad. Like, it's like Berserk or God Forbid Kingdom. Ugh. No, it's not bad at all. In fact, it's actually pretty fire. Like, there were some things, for example, where Broly does like this giant green energy wave, and that's predominantly CG, and you can clearly tell that, but it looks amazing. It looks phenomenal. There are some parts where after Goku went to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, we see, yeah, like the CG is very obvious, but it's not bad, and nor does it suck you from the moment. In the Resurrection of F movie, with Goku going Super Saiyan Blue and Frieza going Golden Frieza, we see them clash in CG, and I can see a lot of folks being put off more with that CG, more so than the CG in this film. The animation overall in this movie was stellar. Even like the aura effects around their bodies was done very well. When you have Gogeta and the fusion works, and then Gogeta is formed and you see the melding of Goku and Kakarot, and then you have the shockwave and Piccolo standing there like, well done. Like, that was good. Especially when you have the ending's clash of Goku and Broly. They collide and like some dimensional stuff happens. Like, not really important, honestly. And then you see Gogeta going to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, then we see Broly going to like his final like legendary Super Saiyan form. The whole thing, animation-wise, was stupendous. It was outstanding. Clearly where the vast majority of their budget went. That was phenomenal. However, the OST, like, it was alright. In my first watch, it was like, okay. Like, yeah. But then on my second watch, I almost cringed. I almost damn near cringed. Like, for real. Go, Broly, go. Go, Broly, go. I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Like, I know some folks love it. Okay, fine. Like, for me, the, okay, fine. Like, that was kind of cool. But saying the characters' names over and over and over again, again, yeah. Like, you should have gone, at least for, like, the English one. I can't speak for the sub. But for the dub, because that's what I watched. I didn't watch the sub. I watched only the dub. At least for the dub, they should have gone Pantera. They should have gone Pantera. Like, no, listen. For this one scene, we at least need My Skin Is Cold. At least we need that. But no. We didn't get that. That was so unfortunate, man. That was my one real issue with the movie from the standpoint of animation and that whole category. Everything else was clean. So when it comes to the standpoint of, let's say, choreography, that was stupendous. Mainly between Goku and Broly. Vegeta and Broly was actually really well done, but Goku and Broly, that's where, like, the choreography of the fight really took off. But I think the best choreographed fight scenes were with Goku and Broly. In particular, again, the FPS version of that, where you had Broly punching Goku through, like, several ice mountains. You know, that was beautiful. That was stellar. The voice acting was fairly good overall, I would say. The voice actors that played Sheila, Erica, did a very good job. Christopher Sabat, who does Vegeta, very good job as well, as usual. Sean, same thing, very good as usual. Frieza, Chris Aris.
Broly, look!
I prefer that Frieza. Like, I know it's polarizing. I prefer the Dragon Ball dub well over the sub. And this applies for a few shows, like, let's say, FMA Brotherhood, as well as Yu Hakusho, where the dub, I think, is just so clean overall. I don't see how you cannot prefer the dub over the sub, which is why I refuse to watch this movie subbed. Like, of course, it was online, like, day of. Like, folks were like, yeah, there are people in Japanese theaters ready to go. But for me, once again, I refuse to watch it in sub because the dub, for me, is 15 times better when it comes to Dragon Ball. But one of my friends, Matt, was not really a big fan of the dub of Chris's role when it comes to Frieza. I prefer the pompous, arrogant Frieza rather than, like, the sinister, malicious Frieza. Like, that contrast of Friezas can be kind of, like, not necessarily, like, jarring, but it can throw some people off, because in the sub, Frieza sounds a lot more sinister. It's Myri's voice actor, I forgot his name, but it's a lot more sinister, whereas in the dub, it's a lot more pompous and arrogant. That's the vibe I get when it comes to different Friezas, but I prefer the dub Frieza well over the sub Frieza, in all honesty. So I would say Chris did a very good job overall. Of course, Vic, Mignano, who did Broly, my dude. I was really, obviously, I was really hoping for that. You Kakarot. Oh, yo! The you Kakarot. Now, there was, like, that cameo at the end of the movie where you have, but you can call me Kakarot. I'm like, all right, fine. All right, okay. All right. Like, that was cheeky. At least give Broly a finger point. Like, at least do that. Like, come on. Like, you Kakarot. If you're not gonna have Vic say Kakarot, at least just have the finger point. Like, bruh, this man right here, you. Like, give me you. Like, don't even say Kakarot. Again, nitpicks. Just nitpicks. Now, when it comes to the pacing, the movie is slow at the beginning. It's really slow. And part of the reason is because they have to reintroduce the characters. And honestly, like, I'm not a fan of this.
You do what it takes to survive, son.
Super is supposed to be the continuation of the Dragon Ball story after Majin Buu. But you have Gina, Goku's mother, she's now there. Okay, fine. But then you have Bardock, and it's like, what? The Dragon Ball Minus is now, like, full-blown canon, I guess. And what was the case with Bardock?
Frieza, show yourself! We're not scared of you anymore!
In the original Dragon Ball series, where Bardock, he didn't care for Goku at first. He did not care at all. Until he was near death and he had a vision of Goku in the future. And he saw Frieza's death by the hands of his son. And then, of course, my son lives on! This guy, with the headband on, like looking ferocious. Like he was a Saiyan warrior through and through. And then, of course, it does bring up a lot of continuity issues, and what we see in this movie, it doesn't make sense. I don't see why we have to go out of our way to make Bardock a family guy now, and then rewrite that whole segment of Goku's story. That is why. Like, what's the purpose of it? Maybe I'm doing this because I'm just so tired of fighting. I'm like, wait, what? Who is this guy? Like, it's so Kal-El. It's so Superman. No, Bardock was vicious.
That's it. Now we're talking.
We do see Bardock trying to stop the energy ball at the end of that segment, but no, like that is a definite no. I don't like the Dragon Ball minus stuff now being canon and somehow still overriding the original canon material that was Bardock, unless they're now both canon or something. Akira Toriyama, half the time, I swear to God, is going senile. Like, honestly, it is what it is there. When you have Paragus go over to Vampa to find Broly, then they lived there. They were there for the entire time, which explains why Whis and Beerus, they never felt Broly's presence or whatnot. Okay, fine. So they couldn't get him for the tournament power. Fair. You have Chila and Lemon. They find Broly on Vampa, bring him over to Frieza Force, and that's how he arrives on planet Earth. From Vampa to Earth and then back to Vampa, because of course it's going to be saving Broly, Chila, and Lemon for the Dragon Ball Super story later on, obviously, without question. So, like for example, if there's going to be another tournament, and this time it's going to incorporate all the universes, so the ones that we didn't see active in the tournament, they're going to take part now, and they may have stronger warriors than even, let's say, Jiren. And then, well, we have this other guy that we found in our universe called Broly, and he's God tier. Like, according to Goku, he could be even stronger than Beerus, which I think is maybe only the case if Broly can control his power like Kale did. That I think is possible. And also, one of my boys did say that he thinks that Broly is going to become the new God Destruction, which I think is an interesting theory, because it would kind of spice up Dragon Ball. It really would. Because in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter in Dragon Ball? Again, this is Akira Toriyama we're talking about here. Now, where it really picks up, of course, is when they land on planet Earth, and then we have Paragus, and we have Broly. Paragus never noticing that Chilai took his device to control Broly. Same as the original movie. When it comes to the device itself, fair enough. And then Broly attacks Vegeta, and he's doing a fairly damn good job. And we see Vegeta go into Super Saiyan God form, and then Broly is able to match that. And they use this whole thing of being able to take the power of the apes and use that same power to make Broly stronger, to compete with to beat out pretty much Super Saiyan God form. It's a weird thing, but a lot of things are weird. What matters the most was that was freaking cool. That was really, really cool. Like, Broly at its root is not complicated. Which is why, from a story standpoint, as well as a character standpoint, there's not really much to this movie. Story-wise, it's self-explanatory. This guy Broly exists. He was on Vampa the entire time. This is why. We get to see the process. We get to see Vegeta being blown up. We get to see Vegeta. We get to see young Raditz and young Nappa with hair. That was amusing. Young Raditz was funny. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then, again, we see the whole process. And then we now know that this guy exists for the overall continuity of Dragon Ball. Chila exists, Lemon exists, and they're doing their own thing on Vampa, and he's an excellent training partner when it comes to Goku, and he's a massive asset for Universe 7. Done. End of story. Character-wise, it's also very simple as well. Chila cares about Broly to the point where she's willing to stay with Broly because Broly is innocent. He's being controlled by his father and whatnot and whatnot. And speaking of his father, you cannot deny when Frieza took out Paragus.
It's such a tragedy!
Broly, look at your father! A stray energy ball. I'm like, yes, dude! That was hilarious, man. This man, he sold it like a champ. And then Broly's like, oh my god, no! Dad! Yes. So, Paragus is done. No longer in the story. Is it a waste of a character? If the character had any other role aside from Broly, which honestly, Let's be real here. No, he did not. In the original movie, he gets damn near crushed by his son in a Saiyan pod while trying to escape, leaving his son for dead because of Comet Komori. And then Broly throws the pod into the comet. He throws his pod where the dad is into the freaking comet. So Paragus, let's be real here, he had no other major roles. He did not. No one cares about that. Could they have expanded upon Paragus' character? Yes. Will they or would they have? No. Why? Because it's Akira Toriyama. He's not that complex. It is, keep it real, he is not that complex. But we love Dragon Ball. Why? Because fights. Vegeta and Goku against Broly. So character-wise, Chilai, cool. Lemon, alright, fine. Frieza has a gag going on, same thing as Bulma. Alright, whatever. We get to see Vegeta, he has the Super Saiyan God form. Now in animation, cool. In the manga, in the Cho manga, it's there, but the Cho manga takes from the original Dragon Ball Super anime. So the actual primary canon, as far as I understand, is the anime, not the manga when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. But whatever, they're all canon now. It's stupid. Though, it was cool seeing Vegeta in Super Saiyan God form. That was beastly. That was sexy. I was like, damn. Vegeta, ew. Straight up. I'm like, damn. Okay, like Vegeta was looking good. Looking very good. And then finally for character, the man himself, Broly. We get to see, again, innocent, didn't really grow up properly, obviously, and then his only friend was some weird green weasel thing with a long neck. The thing he has around his waist is that thing's ear, and my friend said that's an excuse to kind of have something, like wave in the wind as Broly does stuff. I'm like, fine, fair enough, okay. It's his ear, not a big deal. So, character, it's simple, straightforward. Everything, again, is simple, straightforward, not that complicated. Then the best part by far was the animation of the fights themselves. And is the movie really, in my book, in my actual book, it's like a 9 out of 10. Is it really worth a 9 out of 10 just because of that? And the answer is no. The answer is no. But, number one, Broly bias. Number two, Chilai. Toei Animation made sure you understood where Chilai stands in more ways than one. And I'm like, yo. Toei, like people, like we, yo, like damn, like okay, all right, I see where we stand right now. There was literally a shot, Chilai looking at Broly as he's fighting outside, and Toei Animation had this shot of Chilai like bending over, like right here, and I'm like, dude, and of course, like obviously, like we see where I appreciate this, I do, all right. The weeb in me says thank you,
And I love it. And I thank you. I thank you. My dick thanks you.
all right. We, as a collective, we, the Dragon Ball fandom, thanks you. And that's the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, whatever God you believe in. And if you say otherwise, well, you're lying. Or you're not a fan. You're not a real Dragon Ball fan if you say otherwise. So, on that note, people, yes, this movie is, in my book, a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. So, on that note, this movie, I enjoyed it a lot. Way better, once again, than Battle of Gods and way better than Frieza. But I'm looking forward to seeing him come back in the Dragon Ball Super anime when it comes back. They're probably going to do a whole revamp of this movie like they did for Battle of Gods and Frieza. And I didn't watch those at all because why would I? But for Broly, yes I will. Yes I will. Because you know why? Broly bias. That's why. It's that cut and dry, folks. It is that cut and dry. So on that note, this movie, 2 big old thumbs up from your boy, the King of Lightning. And honestly, by the way, too, the Gogeta stuff was nasty. I didn't see the spoilers for the Gogeta fight. I saw all the trailers, but I didn't see the fight stuff for the final fight. I refuse to see that because that was like a major spoiler. You see Gogeta, and then you have him do the sparkling. Oh, that was like it was clean. Like that final Kamehameha when he's about to take out Broly, and then when he's reaching Broly, and oh my, it was so good when Broly powers up at the end, and then you have Broly kind of counterattack with a big energy green wave, and then you have Gogeta, he's like darting across the energy wave itself. I'm like, god damn, it was clean, boys. All right, let me get out of here. So I'm gonna catch you guys and gals later. Be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do. I guarantee you that, because I know that you all have a device called Zmouse. You use Zmouse to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad. And of course, as always, feel free to comment in the comment section down below. Let me know where you stand on Broly. Let me know where you stand on Chile. And I'm gonna see you guys and gals later. Peace and have a nice goddamn day.